and the dealership has had possession of it currently longer than I have owned the car.
And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to do a video with a subscriber who has emailed me with problems. I know this is going to be shocking to many of you with his Dodge Daytona EV. He's had a litany of issues that continue to pile up, and it's a pretty insane story. And I've got a list of people I'm interviewing that want to share their stories. So we'll bring these to you once a week, twice a week, who knows when. But they want their voice to be heard. They want to help and save others from making the same mistake in buying or leasing one of these things, because there are ding-dongs out there. You remember the guys that are at the restaurant? You probably have one in your family. And by the way, I've been this guy before. When the waiter says, don't touch the plate, it's hot. And then the first thing the person does is touch the plate. We've all done it. But these are the people that do it their whole entire lives. They, despite all the warnings, they will grab that hot plate with both hands and put it up against their face and burn themselves. Don't lick the ice cold pole and they get stuck to the pole. I mean, if they see that it's a bad thing, they still but it won't happen to me, and go do it. And that happens. And these videos hopefully will help those out there that are considering making the decision to dive into this very shallow pool with jagged rocks at the bottom of it, that they will maybe think twice about that. And we're going to call this gentleman Aaron, and he's going to tell us his story, and I'm going to let him have a voice, and hopefully somebody at Stellantis steps up and solves his problem for him, because the last few videos that we did like this actually did get the attention, or at least it appeared that suddenly the problem got solved. And whether the video had anything to do with it or not, we'll never know. But at the very least, we know that it's worth a shot. So let's call Aaron now.
Hello?
Aaron, it's Brad, OC Motivator. How's it going?
It's going, man. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to give me a call.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've got the camera recording, so I figured we'd jump right in and let you tell your story. And it's a crazy one. And when I keep reading, I almost just read your whole email, but then I thought it's better coming straight from you, because it's just nuts. I've got another guy that's like months out with his car, and now he needs a new battery, and it's just not like 12-volt battery, but I mean entire freaking battery or something, I guess.
The high voltage one, yeah.
Yeah, it's just insane. So, and I figure these videos can help other people too, and maybe it'll help get your situation moved to the front of the line. But go ahead and tell me what happened. When did you buy the car, and how joyful was that day? How joyful was that first day?
So I ended up, believe it or not, I actually had a 24 Equinox EV. I traded a Harley for it, and then I was able to see this. And I mean, the deal was just too good to pass up. 1.9%, same exact payment where I was at. I wasn't married to it. I miss having a Harley, but again, it's not as safe. So I got this. My wife and I signed the dotted lines, got it. Got to the dealership, exhaust noise didn't work. We're like, what the heck? So we talked to them. They said, oh no, we've got, we talked to Chrysler on that. We got, we got that covered, blah, blah, blah. Took the vehicle back the following week, and then they contacted Star and had a case opened up. They ended up replacing both amplifiers. The internal radio amplifier, only the tweeters worked, and then there was no EV noise of anything whatsoever, which was kind of crazy. So when we took it back to the dealership, they had it for about a week. I was in correspondence with the service manager. I've got text back and forth saying, hey, what do they think? They just put new amplifiers in it, just brand new amplifiers. So got that figured out. Go back to pick the car up. The technician that worked on it wasn't EV certified. Ended up causing significant damage to the dash and pieces on the dash. It was a whole ordeal of 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get things ironed out, to figure out how to fix or compensate or something on the dash. On top of that, I looked at the paperwork, found out there was a recall on the car. Which again, we've later found out through the Attorney General that's illegal. You can't sell a new car with an open recall. That was later confirmed by AC of Dodge Customer Care and Tope from Dodge Customer Retention. Had some more issues where the Fratzog symbol wasn't working in the front. I've had paint issues to the tune of $2,500 in paint repair, and then trying to take it to my local Dodge dealers, be it here, locally within 10 miles from my house to a couple places that are a half hour away, and nobody wants to touch it with the 10-foot pole because they didn't sell it. The dealership I bought it from, the body shop that Chrysler's saying it needs to go to get repaired, is 3 hours away. Well, it won't make it there on a single charge.
So
and it's 90. Yeah, well, and it's 90 degrees. And if you're trying to take a black car with fresh black paint across, central Illinois, it's going to just eat the paint because you can't scrub on it because it's brand new paint.
Yeah.
So much so that I even started having issues where the frat dog symbol wasn't working in the front. The memory seat wouldn't go back when I was in the car. It wouldn't go back to the right position. And then started plugging it in at home, and the LED gauge on the car wouldn't work. It was intermittently showing. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it wouldn't. So like, what the heck? So contacted the dealer. They didn't have a clue because they're not really sure what's going on. The guy that worked on my car ended up getting fired.
Oh, jeez. I
saw some internal document stuff, which I was able to send to you. And, it says specifically no technician unless they're BEV certified can work on it. So it's been a complete debacle. So I called customer care on June 18th. Talked to them. The gentleman on the phone was super cool. He's like, yep, we'll send a TA to the dealership and get you taken care of. Got to the dealership on the 19th of June and talked with Stellantis customer care shortly after, saying, well, we're apologizing. We lied to you. They're not sending a TA. We got to do this, and this before a TA goes out. And I just straight up told them, it's really bad that they're very good at gaslighting and kicking the ball down the road, right? They're really, really bad at not taking blame. They want dealers to do it. They don't want to do anything. And she literally responded back. She goes, do you talk to customers this way? I said, this is my case in point. This is what you guys do, right?
Wow. So
the car sat there, and now mind you, every time that I've made a payment on this car, it's been at the dealership.
That's just unreal.
So I reached out to customer care and made kind of a fuss, and I had to ask for it, and I was able to get at least 2 months reimbursement, but that was about 30 days to get that 2 months reimbursement of my payment. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, a part arrived at the dealership. The part that arrived was broke. Nobody verified that it was broke until they went to go put the part on. Then at the end of July, I want to say July 30th, roughly that last week of July, I was supposed to have what's called an RSC. They no longer call them a TA for the EVs, I guess. They're an RSC is what they told me. But I got an email from, customer retention. Great news, this is coming, and this part will be here, and yada, yada, yada. They don't accept parts on Monday at the dealership. Oh, no, it'll be there, I promise you. Okay, whatever. Monday comes along, part's not there. Oh, the part's not going to be there till the 11th. Okay, 11th rolls around, it's a Monday, call the dealership, part's not there. Cool. Well, I'm already past 30 business days down. So Illinois, the Attorney General's office states it's a lemon if it's down for 30 business days. And it has been. So I had to contact the Attorney General. Meanwhile, the Secretary of State Police wanted to get involved because the vehicle was sold with an open recall as a brand new car. And it's still at the dealership. They're still waiting for the RSC or TA to get there. Hasn't showed up. The part may or may not have arrived because they called me yesterday on the 15th, and I was like, has the part arrived? She shows, I'm showing it's not arrived yet, but I should know by the end of the day. And again, it's just easier to answer the phone, talk to me, and then they hang up, right?
Yep.
And, I have asked them formally in emails to these chains that I'm requesting a replacement of the vehicle or to buy it back. I wanted to give them the option.
Yeah.
I've even gone so much now as asked for Chrysler coupons because there's this lemon law lawyer that goes through VinWiki, and he said they used to offer coupons back in the day. I've reached out to the owner of the dealership, both the new GM, which is a partner in the company, and then the GM at the Chrysler up in Roanoke, Illinois. He's the owner, and I've reached out to them to see if there's something they can do, and they're trying to get a hold of a Chrysler rep, and there's just no happy ending right now. Jeez. And I'm not saying it's a bad car. I agree with you. It's a great looking car. It's the execution has been just poor.
Yep.
It's been terrible. And it was so rushed. And I'm an EV person. I have an F-150. I have two F-150 Lightning trucks. I got a Lariat for my missus and I got a Platinum for me. And I like them. Yeah. I've been all over the country with them. They work well. There's been a couple hiccups, But Ford's BEV team, boom, got on board. Said here, got me a loaner, got the car fixed, had it back within less than a week. Everything's great. And I'm not saying that Dodge isn't capable of this, but this is what kind of chaps my butt. This car was taken from the assembly line in Ontario, driven by a plant manager or somebody, and it passed what they call quality control. And there was a sticker on the left-hand window stating this was a quality control example. So not only did we have a Fratzog symbol that didn't work when I bought it, amplifiers that didn't work when I bought it, $2,500 in paint damage, including a massive run on the left forward rear lower quarter panel right behind the door.
Yep. Massive
run. And somebody signed off at the plant saying this is a shining example of what we want to be the most powerful EV muscle car.
Jeez.
It's just a massive, and I look at it like this, right? It really falls in Chrysler's course because it should never have made it to the United States with EV sound not working.
Right.
So much so that we know that there's a new recall that says the sound's not loud enough, and it's a hybrid vehicles. Electric vehicles must have an audible sound. So when they let me go with the vehicle, I didn't know it was not something I could drive because an EV vehicle has to. I can't be on the road without it.
Yep.
But this whole thing has been a complete debacle, and I don't have social media. I'm kind of an old school guy, so I reached out to you because I came onto your channel just learning about the EV charger.
Yeah. And I get a lot of heat for talking trash, but what would have been the greatest thing in the world is if I didn't have anything to talk trash about. If they would have stuck the landing with this thing, and we could all complain about the EV, but the reality of it is I don't care that they made an EV if they would have given us some options on other cars for everybody else. But when they tried to jam that down our throat, and here's what's really funny, they were late in delivering it, and it still came rushed. So it's like, in nowhere on the planet can you have late and then rushed at the same time, unless you just think about what it's like, going to a movie late. You're late and you're rushing to get there. That's kind of what they did. They were late and then rushing it, and then you've got these guys that signed off on things, and I think that it's just endemic of potentially just mindset of people who work at that company who just either you just had to have not cared to send something out. I saw the pictures of the paint and stuff. I'll put them up on the screen for everybody, but it's how do you deliver something like that, especially with the sticker price as strong as they came out with such a high price? Even though they discounted later on and made the deals impossible to turn down, they still pushed this thing on us as a $70,000, $80,000 freaking car.
And that's the thing too, is this is an RT Plus edition or whatever, so it's a nicer RT, right below the Stage 2. And, when I was talking with them, I said, how would you feel? Because, again, I'm just going to be full transparent, right? I was carrying some negative from the Harley. I purchased this for $85, which was just a little bit over sticker after your tax, title, license, the whole shebang. And I knew that when I was getting into it. But to sit there and I told him, I said, how would you feel if you paid $85,000, let's say for an entire home theater system, and it didn't work? I said, you can return it back to Best Buy and get your money back, right? Because the manufacturer paid for it because it's a defective product. And that's just kind of where I'm at. I mean, I'm not saying that all Dodges are bad, and I work in the industry. I manage an automotive shop, right? I see all vehicles, big and small, and there's no manufacturer out there that is completely perfect, right? There's just everybody's got an issue, but this one is just, really missed the mark. And I even talked to him this past week. I said, look, I normally don't do this. I said, but my only results is to try to reach out to social media to people that were at roadkill nights, or if they can help me, because I'm just lost, and I don't want to hire a lawyer because then I'm out the money and time, and then got to wait to get that money back from Chrysler and everything. When, there's no end in sight. And here's the fun thing, right? I don't know if you have any more EV chargers you could go around to, but I've found out, and I've confirmed with the two that are still at the local dealership, if you get in the car, you don't buckle your seatbelt, and you go to put it in drive, if you have creep mode selected, it will override the creep mode, give you no regen information available, and it will accelerate like a regular gas vehicle, even though you want to do one pedal drive. Wow. But if you buckle your seat in, it'll go back to everything's fine. So it overwrites the software, and that's the other issue I was having. That's why they wanted to get a TA out there, because it's a software issue, right?
Yep.
My Ford doesn't do that. I can even open my door. I can move the Ford just like any other car, and even remote starting the car. when I did the remote start a couple times, because usually I don't, but it got hot. So when you get in the car, it doesn't. I can send you this picture because I sent it to the service manager, so you can put that up there.
Yeah.
But it takes away the ability for it to have a check engine light.
Oh wow.
When you remote start, get in the car and hit the start button with the remote in your pocket, like it literally shows an error where it won't display a check engine light.
Unreal.
Like, what the heck?
God, so how long? So when did you buy it?
So I bought it on April 22nd. It went to the dealership the first week of May. Got it back, drove it a little bit. I probably got 400 to 500 miles of just trips back and forth to the dealer. It's got 2,102 miles on it currently at the dealership. And the dealership has had possession of it currently longer than I have owned the car. Like, as far as days, it's been there.
Yeah, you're looking at 4 months, almost 4 months of paying for a car, and thank goodness they at least cover you for 2 of the payments. But you know, you're still living without the car. So, and that's the excitement. Did they give you a loaner car or anything?
No, I don't even have a loaner car. So one of my customers had a car. I bought believe it or not, it's an 04 Honda Civic with 200,000 miles. Everything works.
It will for another 200,000 miles too.
Correct, right? And it's a great car. It's not fast, but I'm more excited about this car because I can get in and go. I've got the F-150 Platinum, but it's a white leather interior, and I work in a garage. So I don't want to get it dirty, right? I don't, this is my nicer car, and I work hard for what I've got. And it's frustrating because I have asked for a loaner. They've not given it. And when I mentioned that I reached out to the AG of Illinois and filed a complaint against Chrysler and everything for this, they said, well, if there's a legal case pending, there's nothing we could talk about financially past this. We can talk to you, but there's nothing we can offer you financially if there's a legal case. Which I was like, what?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is an easy out for them. What they should say is, what's your attorney's phone number? Let us get on the phone and help solve this problem. We want to do right by you. I mean, there's just so much passing the buck that I've seen, and so many people, and so long to fix these things. I mean, it's one thing, for a car to break and it goes in for a week and it comes back and okay, it happened again. Like, I don't expect anything to be perfect. I told my wife when we got married, I said, can we just get out of the way that I'm not perfect? And I never will be, and you can't make me perfect. So I'm going to screw up. I'm going to make you mad. I'm going to do stupid things because I'm a human. Can we agree that we're going to get through those things? And she's like, yes. And just know that I am perfect, though, so I never do anything wrong. I was like, no, I already knew that when I met you. So we're good. But I never expect anything to be perfect. And anybody who expects anything to be perfect is not being fair to other humans. But this has taken it to a whole new level. And the people in the forums are like, well, it's a new first-year car. You got to work through the bugs. You got to work through the issues. You just got to... No, you don't. It's not fair. It's not fair for 4 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. I mean, it's insanity to put people through this when your life was fine prior, and now it's thrown into this perpetual state of drama. I bet you go to bed at night thinking about that stupid car and get up in the morning scratching your head about that.
I'm paying insurance for a car that isn't even in my possession because, again, I've got my financial obligations that I've got to adhere to, and I like my credit. So, it is absolutely frustrating because I was the only one in Springfield with it. When I started driving it, I mean, everybody started taking pictures. People were putting it on like TikTok and stuff like that. I was like, cool, yeah, hey man, I'm the only one that's got one. And people, it was well receptive, right?
Yeah.
People like it. It was well received. Some people were like, whatever. And honestly, it sounds better in person than it does through like headphones and stuff like that through YouTube. It sounds okay. I'm not saying it's a replacement for a 6.4 and stuff, but it's its own unique niche. But I've missed any ability to take it to a car show, have fun with it, and just enjoy time with me and my wife and the kids. And my daughter, she's one of my daughters is high functioning autistic, and she's never really gotten into any kind of cars. But she was like, we're going to get the black car? I was like, yeah. She goes, yeah. That's cool. Like, she was excited too. And I was like, cool. All right. I got a kid that's in cars with me. Let's go. Yeah. And it's just, it sucked, man. Like, any bit of fun or any bit of happiness, like you said, was just, it sucked the life out of it. It sucked the life out of me. I'm over it. And, there's, man, it's rough.
Well, I hope
it's just disheartening.
I'll get this video up, and you can certainly share it with anybody you want. And I guess it comes down to these people that are on the forums going, I'm thinking about buying one. I'm excited about, buying one. The deal's too hard to refuse. And then others are in there who are in misery or living the dream right now or having no problems, but they're all commenting saying, yeah, jump in, the water's great. And then you just look a few weeks later or a month later, 4,000 miles later, and the thing's on a flatbed and they are downright apoplectic and losing their minds over this thing. And then it just spirals at that point because the time it takes to fix, the time it takes to get parts, the time it takes to get somebody who knows how to work on it or do the updates or whatever it is, it's not reasonable. Then when you have the paint issues like that other guy had the rubbing issues on his orange one. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, the orange one, yeah.
Yeah, quality control issues. I mean, these are simple things to work out like you shouldn't be dealing with. But yeah, I'm sorry you're dealing with this, dude. And believe me, I've got like a list of people who are living this nightmare right now. And I feel like the attorneys, I'm just guessing, but the attorneys have told the execs don't comment on this and keep acting like the monster will go away. And the engineers are screaming, don't worry, we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it with software. And then you've got people out there going, I can't even get the damn parts. So it's not even software. Whether it's a head unit of the radio or whatever part it is, they can't even get the damn parts. So, good luck with fighting this through. Share this video, and hopefully it will help nudge them forward. I know I've got several that did, and it at least raised it to the top, because I can tell you with absolute certainty, that sounded weird, absolute certainty that the execs pay attention to our videos. So hopefully this will nudge them forward. What's the name of the dealership that it's at right now?
So it's at Lincoln Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lincoln, Illinois.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's the dealership that I talked to the owner. It's the same ownership group, but it's Roanoke Chrysler Jeep Ram in Roanoke, Illinois as well. And they sent over a thing, hey, look, and they've talked about, well, we're not worried about the paint repair until we get the mechanical stuff, which makes total sense, right?
Yeah.
Why pay more money for something if it's going to be a lemon, right? Because you just sell it as it is.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm another week and a half. Let's say hypothetically they figure this out. I'm still a week and a half to gotta go get painted.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I mean, I'm still up creek without a paddle.
And that's best case scenario, and that's if they bring in like magicians and wizards and stuff to get it done that fast. So no, you're probably a month away to just get it in, because they've got to be able to get it in fast and then to get it done right. It's not these things don't have cheap, easy paint jobs on them. They did like high-end everything on these things. So, it's not like you just spray that sucker in a minute and it's going to be fine. So yeah, they've got some work. It's just insane, dude. Well, hang in there, buddy. Let me know.
Time, man.
Yeah, no, my pleasure, man. And let me know if this helps, and we'll do a follow-up on the outcome of this thing when you get it resolved.
Awesome. Thank you very much, man. You have a great day.
All right, brother. Call me if you need me.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Right, take care. All right, folks, that's the story. So if you're thinking about buying one of these, this is the world you're jumping into. This is the nightmare that you potentially could end up in. And like, I'm not trying to say or hurt Dodge or screw Dodge over. I'm just saying, let's be real. I mean, is this what you want to go through? And this isn't one isolated incident. They're all over the forums. All over the forums. I've got tons of them emailing me. I've got another one I'm working on putting together to do the same thing for him, to try to at least get everybody to start moving faster, moving quicker. 4 months is too long. 4 days is too long. But things happen, so we're reasonable. But when you start ending up in month after month after month, and like he said, he's paying insurance, and he's paying payments, and they did give him 2 payments. What about the other 2 payments? I mean, they still owe him money. What about the insurance costs? What about if you had to, let's say you had to rent a car. Luckily, he's got this Civic he can drive. But what if it's your only car? Do you want to take the chance that you don't have it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and you are renting a car and nobody's paying for that but you? On top of the car payment, on top of the insurance. These are things to think about. And if you do it, if you grab the hot plate after you were told not to grab it, you deserve the 3rd-degree burns. So with that, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.